I knew going into this that I was going to have some twisted stuff, and I believe I talked about it before, and that's more a symptom of, that's kind of a symptom of the way I dried this lumber. It was not, I didn't quite dry it properly, and I knew it doing it. I was just in a hurry building the barn, trying to get that done, and so I definitely have some things to work through on this build. But it's just like anything else you're building, you can work through the imperfections, especially when you're dealing with 3/4 inch thick material. You can actually work through those imperfections really well. So like this panel has a little bit of a bow to it, but it's certainly not the end of, it's definitely not a big deal. I just had to see what this thing looked like with the top sitting on it. It's big. I mean, like I said, I'm 6'2", and you guys see where this comes up to. That is big. It'll fit though. I swear it'll fit. Getting it out of here off the second floor might be the other trick, but fortunately we have a loft door right there, and if needs be, we'll get a tractor with the forks and send it out that way and hope we don't drop it. So I'm going to keep going. We got to get a plywood bottom in it yet, and that'll help start straightening things out. And then I have to put a whole bunch of stuff on the inside. But probably before we do any of that, we'll get the plywood in, and then I think probably what would be wise would probably be to get a coat of poly on everything on the inside, just so everything dries evenly. I hadn't coated the bottom of this top yet, and I wish I had because it cut just a little bit. So we'll probably hit it with the router sled again, make sure that bottom's nice and flat so everything sits right. So we're going to keep going. So we got to put a plywood bottom in this. We've got some cabinet plywood, or what they're calling cabinet plywood these days, chintzy bastards. But we'll have some hardwood. Maybe it's time for a fresh battery. There we go. Maybe that'll work a little nicer. So I put the stretcher in here, and if you can see, I've got pocket holes so we can come from down below and screw into that plywood bottom. I know a lot of you think the crank system's cheating and all that, but I tell you, it does a good job and it makes things really strong. Much better with a fresh battery. Got a little bit of a cup right there. I forgot to put the bar clamp on. That'll teach me. That will teach me. Maybe. Probably not. Everybody knows if you want to see a grown man scream, swear, shout, and act like a 2-year-old, try to put a 6-foot long bar clamp on something. Hold your blocks in place that are keeping you, hold your blocks in place that are keeping you from marring up the wood. And try to run the camera and talk at the same time. You look like a fool. At least that's my experience anyway. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use spacer blocks. Ah, shit. Well, I guess it's going to be what it is. Hopefully we don't mess this wood up. Close that gap up in there. Oh, I hate doing that. I really hate doing this. But we have to get this thing squared up. Almost there. We pulled this in about probably a good quarter of an inch, maybe more. It's about there. Say we're good. Well, everybody, another night, another video, a little more progress. This was actually a couple of nights. I just too much of a dirt bag to change my clothes sometimes. But anyway, we're making real progress on this. We've got to do drawer boxes, all that good stuff. There's still a lot to do on it. I'm trying to get it done before I get back to the sawmill trailer, but it looks like the weather's going to start to break, so I'm going to have to work on that also, and this will have to get relegated to the rainy days. So what I need to do with this to control any more movement in the wood is I need to seal up the inside of the entire box. I'll do that off camera. I'm going to use polyurethane. It'll probably be 2 coats, enough to get anything exposed. It's got to get sealed up. Now where I put the spots where other pieces of wood meet it and they're not coated, we'll put enough polyurethane in the cracks and everything to seal it up, but we're just going to keep going now. And like I said before, I'm not a professional woodworker. I'm just a weekend warrior making simple projects, and I know the tools I use may seem a little rudimentary, and maybe some of the methods I use are not what some of you professionals in the comments may use, but this is what I have and this is what I know. Now, I do know a lot of joinery and all that good stuff, but time is of the essence here, and that's what we're working on. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay tuned because we got some huge projects coming up on the channel. Back to timber frame and all the good stuff, sawmilling, all the stuff you guys really like, the stuff I really like. So take it easy, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one.